Emma, has food ever made you do something embarrassing?
Oh, yes. One time I was at a restaurant with someone I wanted to impress. I ordered pasta, and on the very first bite, the sauce went straight onto my white shirt.
Oh, no. What did you do?
I pretended it didn't happen. I just kept eating and smiling.
Very smooth.
I thought so. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to NoPause English Lab. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. We're really glad you're here. Today, we're talking about one of my favorite topics, food. I'll ask Emma 5 real questions about food and eating habits, and she'll answer in natural English.
After each answer, we'll practice together. So don't just listen. Speak out loud. Well, let's talk about eating.
Okay, Emma, first question. What's your favorite meal of the day and why?
Honestly, my favorite meal of the day is breakfast, but only when I have time to actually enjoy it. On busy days, I just grab something quick and go. But on slower mornings, I love sitting down with a proper breakfast. Something warm, a good cup of coffee, maybe eggs and toast. There's something about eating well in the morning that sets the tone for the whole day. When I skip breakfast, I can feel it. I get tired faster, and it's harder to focus.
I love that answer. You didn't just say, I like breakfast. You explained when you enjoy it, what you usually eat, and how it affects your day. And that brings us to the useful phrase, it sets the tone for the whole day. To set the tone means to create a feeling or mood that affects what comes after. So a good breakfast can set the tone for a productive day. A stressful morning can set the tone for a difficult day.
Repeat after me. Eating well in the morning sets the tone for the whole day.
Now let's shadow a short answer together. Repeat after me. My favorite meal of the day is breakfast. On busy days, I just grab something quick and go. On slow mornings, I love sitting down with a proper breakfast. I usually have something warm and a good cup of coffee. When I skip breakfast, I get tired faster.
Now make your own answer. Use this structure. My favorite meal of the day is... I like it because... I usually eat... When I skip breakfast, I feel... Answer in 3 or 4 sentences.
Let's go to the next question. Do you enjoy cooking? What do you usually make?
I enjoy cooking when I'm not in a rush, which honestly isn't always. On weekdays, I tend to keep things simple. I'll make pasta, stir-fry vegetables, or throw together a quick salad. Nothing complicated. But on weekends, I like to take my time and try something new. I might follow a recipe, experiment a little, and actually enjoy the process. Cooking is relaxing when you're not under pressure, but after a long day, I usually want something quick and easy.
That's such a relatable answer. Cooking can feel relaxing when you have time, but exhausting when you're tired and hungry. And the useful phrase here is, I tend to keep things simple.
I tend to means something is your usual habit or pattern. It doesn't mean always. It means this is what you often do. For example, you can say, I tend to eat late, I tend to skip lunch, or on weekdays, I tend to keep things simple.
Repeat after me. On weekdays, I tend to keep things simple.
Now let's shadow a short answer together. Repeat after me. I enjoy cooking when I'm not in a rush. On weekdays, I tend to keep things simple. I usually make pasta or vegetables. But on weekends, I like to take my time. Cooking is relaxing when I'm not under pressure.
Now talk about your own cooking habits. Use this structure. I enjoy cooking when. On weekdays, I tend to. I usually make. On weekends, I like to. For me, cooking feels. Answer out loud.
Okay, question 3. Are you a picky eater, or do you eat almost everything?
I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not a picky eater, but I do have a few things I don't really enjoy. I'm not a big fan of very spicy food. I can handle a little heat, but I don't like when my mouth feels like it's on fire. I'm also not really into food with a very strong smell. Other than that, I'm pretty open to trying new things. I think trying different food is one of the best parts of traveling.
I like that answer because it sounds honest, but still polite. You didn't say, I hate spicy food. You said it in a softer and more natural way. And that brings us to the useful phrase, I'm not a big fan of very spicy food.
I'm not a big fan of is a polite way to say you don't really like something. It sounds softer than I hate it, and it's very common in everyday English. Repeat after me. I'm not a big fan of very spicy food. Now let's shadow a short answer together. Repeat after me. I'm not a picky eater. But I have a few preferences. I'm not a big fan of very spicy food. I can handle a little heat. I'm open to trying new things.
Now, make it personal. Use this structure. I'm not a big fan of. I really enjoy. One food I'd never say no to is. Give your own answer. Before we go to the next question, if you're finding this lesson useful, please give the video a like. It really helps, and it lets us know you want more videos like this.
Okay, Emma. Question 4. Have you ever tried food from another country that you loved?
Yes, Japanese food completely won me over. The first time I tried real ramen, not instant ramen, but proper ramen from a restaurant, I couldn't believe how good it was. The ramen was rich, warm, and full of flavor, and everything worked together perfectly. Since then, I've tried to make it at home a few times, but it never tastes quite the same. I think some food just feels more special when you eat it in the right place.
That's a great answer. You gave a clear example, described the food, and explained why it stayed in your memory. And I love the phrase you used. It completely won me over.
Win someone over means to make someone like something after they try it or experience it. So if a food wins you over, it means you tried it and started to really like it.
Repeat after me. The first time I tried real ramen, it completely won me over.
Now, let's shadow a short answer together. Repeat after me. The first time I tried real ramen, I loved it. It was rich and full of flavor. I've tried to make it at home, but it never tastes quite the same. Now, think about food from another country. Use this structure. One food from another country that I love is the first time I tried it. What I loved most was. Answer in your own words.
And last question, Emma. Do eating habits say something about a person's personality?
I think they can, but not always. For example, people who enjoy trying new food may be curious and open to new experiences. People who plan every meal carefully may be more organized or detail-oriented. And the way someone eats can also tell you something. Some people eat slowly and enjoy every bite. Other people rush through meals because they are always busy. Of course, you can't judge a person only by their food choices, but eating habits can tell you a little about their personality.
I like that answer because it's balanced. You're not saying food explains everything about a person, but you are saying it can show us small details. And the useful phrase here is, it can tell you a little about their personality.
This phrase is simple and useful. It can tell you a little about means it gives you some information, but not everything. For example, someone's eating habits can tell you a little about their personality. Their clothes can tell you a little about their style. Their daily routine can tell you a little about their lifestyle.
Repeat after me. Eating habits can tell you a little about someone's personality.
Now let's shadow a short answer together. Repeat after me. People who try new food are often curious. Some people eat slowly and enjoy every bite. Some people rush through meals. Eating habits can tell you a little about someone's personality.
Now share your own opinion. Use this structure. I think eating habits can tell us people who try new food are often. People who eat very quickly may be.
But we shouldn't judge people only by their. Pause the video and answer in 3 or 4 sentences.
Okay, now it's your turn. Same 5 questions. Answer each one out loud.
Don't worry about perfect grammar. Just speak. Okay, let's go.
What's your favorite meal of the day and why? Do you enjoy cooking? What do you usually make? Are you a picky eater or do you eat almost everything? Have you ever tried food from another country that you loved? Do eating habits say something about a person's personality?
Good job. Even if you stopped, even if you searched for the right word, that is real speaking practice. Now write one of your answers in the comments below. I want to know, have you ever tried food from another country that completely won you over? That's it for today, my friends. Food is one of the most natural conversation topics in English, with friends, at work, or while traveling. Now you have some phrases to talk about food more confidently and naturally.
If you want to improve faster, go back and listen to today's conversation one more time. That repetition is what builds fluency. If you enjoyed this lesson, hit subscribe. Every Thursday, we'll practice real questions, natural answers, and useful phrases together.
Keep practicing, stay consistent, and don't just study English, speak it. We'll see you next time, here at NoPause English Lab.